Welcome back to Wholesome Living. I hope all of you are doing really great and you're doing well. Today's video is all about the neglect and the lack of attention that I've been showing my plants. I actually try to give my plants a lot of time. I try to take really good care of them, and it is sometimes a very challenging task. Maybe because I have other work to do, or maybe because it's winter and it's really difficult to get things done. But the challenge here is, getting your plants pruned, getting them cleaned out, getting all the dust off the leaves, making them look pretty, and making them get the right conditions for them to grow well. Winter is time when your plants growth actually slows down to a great extent, and overwatering is one of the major issues. But at the same time, some of the issues that I've been facing are I haven't really got time to pick out the dry leaves from my plants. Sometimes I forget to water a few. Other times I've overwatered, like this money plant here. I've overwatered it to such an extent that a lot of leaves did fall off. My wandering Jew also lost a lot of leaves due to lack of watering. It's high up there and I often forgot to water it, so the top portion of the plant is gone quite sparse, whereas the bottom is pretty filled out. This money plant that I've got here in the bottle, I haven't changed the water for over 2 months now, and you can see that algae is starting to develop there. The water level has gone really low. It is winter, so the water is not going out very fast, but it has reached really low, and there's a lot of green on the roots, and there's also a fine layer of dust that has accumulated at the bottom of the bottle. So you can see the neglect that I've been showing towards these plants. This jade plant has been doing fine. I recently managed to repot it, so it's starting to show better leaves now, but otherwise it was drying out. Those are just a few carrots that I put down because I really love the leaves there. I did overwater it a bit, so 1 or 2 of them died, but now they're doing fine. Now I'm beginning to give them a little more attention. These are my germinating capsicum. I just put down a bunch of seeds and covered it in a little bit of soil and watered it, and voila, I got my capsicum saplings germinating. And these are a few that I got germinated earlier. This is some of the transplanting that I did just before doing this video. Otherwise all of them were clumped together, and I had to segregate them. That's the new batch that I put down around a week ago. That's my stone moss. It was dying at the base of my Christmas tree, my pine tree, so I just took out a bit and transplanted it there. My wire plant is also drying out at the top, just like my wandering Jew, and so I had to just take a bit and put it there. My string of hearts is totally gone. Crown of thorns is doing pretty well. I've been watering it on and off, but that's about it. That's another jade plant that I've got to transplant sometime, but I haven't managed the time yet. I haven't even managed to clean the leaves well. That's my wandering Jew. Since the mother plant was drying out at the top, I didn't want to lose it. I thought I might lose it, so I made a few cuttings there. My umbrella tree, which is doing really great. This is one that I got just recently from my hometown in Kalimpong. I picked it up and brought it back down here because I was missing it a lot. So it's a really pretty plant. That's an ivy creeper there. that's all entangled. That was in bad shape. That was also lying at home, so I got it down here so that I can take a little more care of it, and hopefully I'll be able to deal with the entangled and drying out plant in the next few days. It does get challenging during winter. Maybe it's just the cold and you don't want to get your hands dirty and get in the garden. Something as simple as taking the dry leaves down, or just dusting the leaves off, wiping the layers of dirt that are on the leaves, or picking out the dry stems gets really difficult. That's my philodendron winterborn. It's really slowed down its growth, and I haven't figured out where I should place it, because it does need good light, but at the same time it shouldn't get too much of light. That's my syngonium propagated in water. I haven't managed to change the water for over a month, and yet the plant has managed to survive. There's a leaf coming up inside the water and it looks really pretty, but I don't know how long that's going to last, and I'm just a little scared of taking the plant out of the bottle and not managing to put it back. So that's one of the reasons why I've neglected it. My wandering Jew's doing fine, but you can see the level of water is gone way down. It's almost half. I haven't been changing the water. I've just put it in there, and because it's winter, things slow down, so everything slows down. The plant is just taking care of itself, but I do need to address the problem soon. So maybe in another video I'll show you what I'll be doing to fix all these issues, or all the neglect that I've heaped upon my plants. I'll be doing some videos on how I fix them. That's my pine tree. It was getting dry in some places, so I had to trim off those dry twigs. My stone moss was going horrible. You can see half of it is really dried out, so I did transplant a clump of it. My syngonium's doing pretty fine. I did manage to make this moss stick and put it in a good pot. My snake plant's slowing down, not growing very much, and my spider plant, which I transplanted around 2 months ago, has done well. Despite the lack of care, the lack of attention, and the immense neglect that I've directed towards my plants, they've managed to survive. They've managed to fight. They're still doing fine. They haven't reached that point of no turning. They are at a stage where they are giving me signs and signals that it's time for me to start showing them some love and attention, and like the water receding in each of the bottles that I have, water propagations, and the leaves drying out on some of my plants. Those are signs that they need attention, they need care. And now I'm back with a new sense of energy, and all motivated. I'm planting tomato seeds and aprachita seeds, and I hope to do a lot more. If you want to know about any of the plants that you saw in this video, do let me know in the comment section, and you could also go ahead and comment on which plants you liked the most from this video. Thanks a lot for watching till the end, and do like and subscribe. Goodbye and take care.